Good morning and welcome to my Monday morning ministry minute. Today I just wanted to share a little bit of my excitement over this past weekend. My community director and I had an opportunity to go to Williamsburg and participate in a marriage retreat that the chaplains were putting on for some of the couples and families at Fort Lee. Actually, I should say for 100 couples and families at Fort Lee. We had an opportunity to work with the teens of those couples, the teens that actually chose to come out of their room and participate with us. So we actually, between the 3 sessions that we did, we had anywhere from 25 to 35 teens that actually came and hung out. We played a ton of games, jammed out to a lot of music, but we did have some talks and we did present some information. And the theme of the week was leaving a legacy. And so each message that we shared had something to do with legacy. What is legacy? What kind of legacy do we want to leave, and then how do we go about doing that? And we talked about some major characters biblically. We talked about Moses, we talked about David, and we talked about how on their own they weren't leaving very good, strong legacies. But once God was involved, once they looked towards him, relied on him, and put their entire faith and trust in him, that's when the good parts of their legacy were being left. When we talked about legacy, we also talked about how we're not just talking about when we pass away and leave this earth, but we're talking about our legacy that we leave with each person that we encounter. So when we either PCS or somebody that we've encountered PCSs and moves away, how are they going to remember us? What are the things about us that they're going to take with them? So although we talked about those major characters, and even those kids that weren't familiar with the Bible and familiar with church, they've heard of and can understand those characters. In my talks, we highlighted some of those characters that we didn't even know their names, and how when God was in their life, how they've touched each and every one of us that read their story and hear about their story. I shared the story of the poor widow who dropped in the 2 coins into the offering, and how that was all that she had, that she put her entire faith and trust and love of God. And that it was so evident, and you can see that, and you can understand that, and her giving spirit. In 2 verses of Scripture, this woman left a legacy that we still talk about today. We also shared of the faith of the centurion, that centurion soldier who went to Jesus and said, "Hey, I have this soldier under me who is sick. Can you come heal him?" And Jesus said, "Okay, I'll come with you." And he said, No, you don't need to come. I know all about how authority works. I command troops, and when I say go, they go. And when I say come, they come. If I say do this, they do this. If I say do that, they do that. And I understand that, and you have authority over everything. And if you just say the word, my soldier will be healed. And Jesus was like, holy cow. Like, you've got more faith than anybody I've ever seen. And he's sharing this story with the disciples. So we talked about the legacy of this centurion, whose name we don't even know. We know that he had an incredible faith. We know that he must have some incredible discipline. The leadership qualities that he showed and demonstrated in just a few sentences of Scripture. And so what I wanted the youth to take away is, even when we think that we're doing small things, these small acts, if we're doing it with our whole heart, if we're doing it with a love of God, and God is in our life and showing up and shining through us, we have no idea the impact that we can have. We have no idea the lives that we can touch. That one life that we touch here while we're in Virginia may be somebody that goes on to do bigger, better, greater things that is then going to impact even more people. So anyway, I want you all to think about the legacy that you want to leave. And not just the legacy when you die, but how do you want to be remembered each and every day as you move around, or people around you come in and out of your life, whether they remember your name or not. What are they going to remember about you? So I just pray that you all have a blessed week, and that you work on just leaving incredible legacies. Be blessed.